Welcome back to another consoles video. Today we're going to be looking at a tournament game featuring LSR with, I believe LSR's playing Coda, and then I'll get back to you on the rest. I believe Want is in here, Kopiak is in here, and then Sunny D is in here. Not sure who the names are, but we'll get them. We'll just name them as red, yellow, green, and blue for now. Okay, well, first on the row we have Corinth City, which is a pretty good card, especially early for commanders, for or council even. Council, Swordmaster, I mean pretty good for everything. And LSR, or I guess Red, might be looking to get that, it seems, if he goes to Assembly Hall. Then we have Piter, who picks up an Intrigue, which is withdrawn at the start of your turn. You can pass your turn, and he simply goes to Arakin and deploys 2 troops in. Piter gets another troop for his Signet Ring, allowing him to get, but he cannot deploy that troop. That's the thing. Mahayam plays her ring to Imperial Basin, getting a spice, assuming, oh no, okay. Mahayam's not gonna go for the espionage spy. She's gonna go for the green spy first. Okay. Deciding not to deploy yet. Alright. Okay, what would Staban do? Staban only has 1 faction access, so he might be trying to pick up some faction access, probably. Shishakli wouldn't be bad. That's not faction access, but you know, it has some faction abilities. The thing with Piter is that he actually has 6 even without having to, even after playing another action. So with Coda, she has to go to Assembly Hall to pick up her 6th, but Piter doesn't have to. So if Coda decides not to attempt Assembly Hall for Corinth, Piter might just get it for free. So Staban goes to Siege Tabra and trashes his Dune. Okay, I guess he wants to win the combat because it does match for him, allowing him siege access as well for worms. I think going Assembly Hall is pretty good here. If Piter early reveals, he early reveals. You can't really do anything about that. But also Assembly Hall gets you an Intrigue. I was a little curious why LSR didn't put at least 1 troop in. But it is what it is. So LSR does go for the Assembly Hall play and picks up Buy Access, one of the best entry cards. What a top deck, allowing him quick access to, I guess, you know, Bene Gesserit, in case he wants to prepare the ways. But knowing that he's going to pick up Corinth, it's even better because the Corinth will pay for the Buy Access. Okay, so Mahayam simply goes to Espionage and gets the spy that way. I see. Okay, instead of trying to get the spy in the, I guess, the traditional way with Mahayam, she simply goes to Espionage to get it, deciding to put no troops in, which is interesting. So, I mean, you can't really say that blue or green is going to get a free 2nd place because they've committed 3 troops into the combat, but it is. 3rd place would have been free for Coda if she decided to put 1 in, or for Mahayam if she decided to put 1 in. Staban says that he wants to win the combat, which is fair. His buy power is not going to be too high. No worries. Yep, as expected, LSR picks up 6 and buys Corinth City, revealing Strike Fleet. What a card. What a card. Let's see what Piter buys. I mean, I feel like the obvious buy here just has to be Strike Fleet, right? I mean, what else could you possibly be thinking about here? I mean, even if you don't, oh wow, he decides to go for Shishakli, really, and you give the one leader that you don't want to give Strike Fleet to. Oh my god, Mahayam has just lucked out with that espionage play and has gotten Strike Fleet for free. This is insane. Piter passing up Strike Fleet has to be one of the craziest things I've seen in this tournament. Staban gets 2, simply picks up a Prepare the Way. He does win the combat, meaning he does have siege access. Knowing his hand right now, he does have air recon in his next hand. Wow, what? This is very crazy because how are combats gonna play out now, right? I mean, there's such a crazy like power trip. I mean, Mahayam's got Strike Fleet, so she's gonna be going crazy. She gets so many spies. She gets so much. Her daggers also have access to spy spaces. So, I mean, this is insane. Also, her ring can keep continuously bringing spies. Okay, Piter has just top decked Shishakli, so putting 2 troops in might be getting him first actually. Does he want first? Maybe. Okay, but it seems he might be going for second here. He does have 4 swords on reveal, 2 swords from his I guess troop in. So 6 swords on reveal. He might also be looking to play Sinister. Actually, wait, he can't really do that because he doesn't have enough troops for that. But his other action is probably going to be playing his Diplomacy. What does Mahayam do? Mahayam probably starts searching for her Strike Fleet. No, okay. I wouldn't hate a trash from Mahayam here, but playing a water is not bad either for research station possibilities. She might be thinking about going to contract to pick up research station, as a matter of fact. But having 2 daggers and not deploying feels bad. Yep, as expected, Staban goes straight in to hooks, and nobody's gonna be blocking Haga for the most part, I don't think. So Staban is most likely gonna be getting hooks as well. He's gonna be getting. The question is he gonna place in this combat? Right. Okay. So if Mahayam decides not to go in, then he's gonna place obviously. But if she decides to go in with 2 troops, she's gonna hit 6 strength. Staban, if he decides to put a worm in, would also only hit 6 strength. And we know Piter is revealing for at least 6 strength because of the amount of swords he has. Yep, okay. He has 6. He has 2 persuasion. What card could he buy? I mean, he doesn't really have... The thing with Chani is you need your Fremen bond for it to be completely effective, and he doesn't have his Fremen bond yet. But Mahayam... Yep, Mahayam goes to... Okay, does Mahayam put in all of her troops here? She does get to trash her dagger, which is pretty good. She does... The thing with Mahayam is you have to recall. You cannot not recall. But it's pretty good for her because, she gets to generate spies with her Signa Ring. Okay, so now if Staban decides to worm, if he's not careful about the amount of daggers that Piter is going to reveal, this might be a problem. The thing is, it wasn't guaranteed for Piter to draw into Shishakli. So if he decides to go worms, and I mean, we know how this is going to play out. Neither of them are going to be. I mean, the worm player is going to be getting absolutely nothing for his water, and that troop actually. hand, he should be aware that this hand, Mahayam had 2 daggers. And he's going to be able to see that in a second, Mahayam's going to be reeling that 1 extra dagger, meaning that Sunny's going to be getting nothing for that extra troop and worm, which feels really bad. But you know what? Fair play for the rest, to the rest of the table for, slowing down the worm player. Yep, Sunny has realized, and Piter is not going to be let out of this combat. He says he probably wants first. But the thing is, does he do it just to screw LSR out of the match? And you know what? From getting third, from getting just a water and a troop, to getting a spice, troop, and, a spice, water, and a trash doesn't feel too bad. His next hand is going to have a lot of persuasion on it. He's going to be drawing his convincings. He's going to be drawing... what else? He's going to be drawing a lot of good cards here. LSR picks up... you really can't go... you can't go wrong with either Southern Faith, or with... what's this card? Space Eagle's Favorite. You can't go wrong with either one of these cards. Because they're just super versatile. The Southern Faith has that, 2 spice on reveal, which is pretty powerful. As long as you hit the 6 persuasion that you need for command. So LSR decides to pass. Goes to Piter. Piter ends up taking the 3 swords. Yep, just to tie LSR. LSR has no intrigue, so he cannot play anything. Combat ends. It goes to Piter. Piter trashes, I assume, probably either a dagger or a dune. If he's really trying to play... If he's trying to play combat, I feel like trashing the dune is not bad. But if he wants a persuasion eventually down the line, trashing the dagger's not bad either. But okay, round 3. Here, round 3 starts with another Piter intrigue. This time he draws, what's this one called? Shrewd. Lose 1 troop and you get another spice. I doubt Piter might be playing all these intrigues. But the thing is, he does get troops from his Signet Ring that he might choose to deploy. Okay, as expected, Mahayam does have her strike fleet. She doesn't have the spice to go espionage to put her spy back onto Fremen to, activate strike fleet. So what does she do with strike fleet? She might just choose to reveal it. And I think that's what's probably gonna be happening. She trashes the dune instead of the dagger, really. Getting rid of the dagger is not bad. Okay, I guess she wants to make sure she has green access, but I feel like you could easily do that as long as you buy a Prepare the Way and your Mother Mahayam. So you're most likely going to be getting your Bene Gesserit friendship pretty quickly. So your Prepare the Ways are going to be drawing you more cards, meaning more times you see strike fleet. Putting in all 3 troops is probably also not necessary. If you intend on revealing strike fleet, then you have 3 more swords behind. But I guess you can never be too sure. One way to check how many of Piter's intrigues are real intrigues is to simply just check the intrigue deck and see how many rounds have passed. Since Piter does draw an intrigue at the start of every round, that's a Piter intrigue. He will be getting. You can count how many Piter intrigues he has and how many real intrigues he has simply by looking at the intrigue stack. But I think, playing your strike fleet the most optimal play here? Sure, I guess, because you get to recall a spy. But the problem is, if you recall a spy, that means you draw a card. that means you see your strike fleet less. So maybe you don't recall a spy here. Maybe you simply just go like, I don't know, refinery and set up for some commanders later down the line, or even swordmaster. Even contract. Oh no, contract's pretty bad because again of the same issue, because you draw a card. You could just go to. Actually, that's too much on Mahayam. Let's continue. Staban instantly goes to Siege Tabra, denying anybody else access to that space. Coda goes to deliver supplies, picking up Deep Desert, or at least setting up for Deep Desert. Nobody's really in contention to take it from her. However, this combat may give Sunny, or Blue, the ability to take Deep Desert away from Coda. If Sunny somehow manages, if Blue somehow manages to get second in this combat, which I doubt would be happening, especially with especially because Piter is most likely going to be finding a way to deploy. But there's a chance that Piter might not do that. Okay, but oh, okay. What does Mahayam want? I mean, she has at least 5 persuasion. She has 5 persuasion, strike fleet. What does Mahayam want? Is she picking up Southern Faith? Is that what the plan is? Maybe even Chani? These aren't bad cards, obviously, but I just don't think playing your strike fleet was worth it. You could simply just pick up a rebel supplier because you are Mahayam. You know, you have your strike fleet and you also have your mini strike fleet. So you always have very good troop generation. And the thing is, nobody else in this game is really going to be contesting on troops or on combats, because nobody else has the power to do so. The only way that I see anybody contesting combat is maybe LSR or Red, because of the fact that he has, he has Solari generation, meaning pretty early Swordmaster. So LSR Red may be able to contest on combats based on the fact that he just has that extra action behind him, maybe. But otherwise, who is gonna stop Mahayam if she ends up getting strike fleet and rebel supplier? Anyways, let's continue. Staban goes to Arakin and decides to put in his troop, possibly looking to get second. LSR takes absolutely no chances and goes Deep Desert instantly, which is pretty good for him. Sets him up for a nice Highlander if he needs to. Also, next turn he's easily gonna be. He might be looking to get Swordmaster, assuming he draws a ring, which I'm pretty sure is guaranteed. A ring and a dagger, and it will get him to Swordmaster. He also has a hidden tech, which we should probably look at real quick. And it is Panopticon. Wow. Okay, that's also a really good reason to pick up a lot of spice, because you have Panopticon. All right, he picks up Chani. So again, nobody's really looking to contest yellow into this combat, or in the whole combat phase. So picking up Chani wasn't really, I don't know. He has no Fremen bond, so I guess since he knows he's most likely going to be winning a lot of combats, maybe it's not the most optimal to pick up Chani. Maybe Rebel Supplier was not bad, because there's no Fremen cards in the row. LSR gets his 5 spice. Sunny picks up Southern Faith. Pretty good card for him. The 2 swords might be able to do something eventually later on. Green should probably pick up a Fremen card, but the thing is, Green has no spy generation. Actually, Green could get some quick spy generation with some wheels within wheels and Rebel Supplier. And that might not be a bad idea to, figure out a way to contest yellow into this combat. But no, he chooses to take the spice from slow route, it seems. Buying Prepare the Way, buying some more cards that trash. Yeah, I don't hate it, but this could feel like a easy game for yellow. And I guess it was handed to him because Green had the ability to get Strike Fleet, but he chose not to. And he chose to buy Shashakali and Prepare the Way instead, which is a really interesting choice. So Piter loses a troop in the conflict and decides to play Shrewd. He simply gets another spice off of that. Okay, so maybe I could be able to predict Elisar's next move. Not quite sure what Saban might be doing. He does get 2 water from here, so maybe he decides to break the shield wall and go, worms. Research station's not a bad option for him. But I think Elisar didn't draw. Has no dagger actually. I guess he must have trashed it. Wasn't quite sure of it. But yeah, Elisar actually cannot get Swordmaster because he doesn't have access to, his access to green and blue is on the same card. But no, it's interesting. Elisar could actually just go, simply go High Council and pick up Panopticon and say like, hey, look, I'm just gonna get a Spice and Slow this round, and nobody can really, do anything about it. He's also gonna get, he might also choose to get a bump with Space Eagle's favor. But round 4 Panopticon, can't go wrong with that. He's gonna have so much spice. He's gonna have, he's gonna have 1 troop, which isn't gonna be an issue for for the most part. But yeah, let's see what Staban does. Staban, maybe a research station for to try to hit 6 for the Southern Faith ability. That's a possible option. But Southern Faith has the command ability, meaning if you hit 6 persuasion, you get 2 spice on reveal. Along with the 1 persuasion and 2 swords that it provides. Okay. Maybe Staban goes to. Maybe he wants to break the wall. I'm not quite sure what Staban's exact line is. If I was in this position, I totally would go research station, or even worms first. Why research station? Simply to get that 2 spice on the card, and then worms. You have a spy there. Nobody's really gonna stop you. But interesting that Staban doesn't choose to break the wall. Knowing that nobody else has hooks, and you're the only one that's gonna be stacked on so much water. What can you really do about it, right? What can anybody else do about it? You have a spy on Haga Basin too, so in the case that Maham somehow ends up, getting ahead of you, how do you they can't really stop you because you have a spy. But interesting that he chose not to break the wall, and I think that Red might just be picking up Panopticon and revealing for the Spice and Slow. It doesn't seem too bad. Round 4 Spice and Slow is not too bad, but what's Elisar's play? Maybe he early reveals, or he could choose not to early reveal. Maybe he goes to contract and hits how many cards does he have? He has 5 cards, and 2 of them have 0 persuasion on them. It's a 40% chance he misses, 60% chance of success. So if he could, risk it and go to accept contract, that's a bold choice, but it is a choice. We see a espionage from Piter. Okay. Piter is also maybe eyeing up a Spice and Slow this round. Could never know though. Given this amount of persuasion, surely, and you have I forgot what this card is called, but Sadistic. Lose 1 of your troops and you get a card draw. So Piter may just be getting a Spice and Slow this round. Elisar might also be getting one. Mahayam picked up, how much spice did Mahayam pick up? I think she picked up 3, right? Yeah, because that triggered the ability. Was it 3 or 2? I think it was, what's the ability trigger? 2. So she gained a card draw, and she gained, a troop. This seems to be like a pretty easy game for Mahayam. She could choose to she could reveal Strike Fleet. She could also take it to Secrets, or Espionage, and, replace the spy. Yeah, there's so many options for Mahayam here. Does Mahayam have another 2 persuasion card? If she has another 2 persuasion card, there's a chance that she also hits a Spice and Slow. Oh yeah, wait, Mahayam does have, right? Didn't she pick up a Tread in Darkness? Sorry, no, that was Piter. Never mind. Let's continue. what does Staban do? Staban's probably gonna get a worm. Okay, and he recalling the spy. Interesting. I mean, what was he looking for, right? Was recalling the spy a good option there? I don't know. I mean, it's a farming spy, right? But the problem is, when you're the only one that's going hooks, I mean, God has hooks, nobody else is going to that space. So that farming spy is, I mean, you're the only one that's going to be using it. Interesting position Staban's been placed in. He doesn't have 6 to trigger command for Southern Faith. So he doesn't get the spice off that, but he does get the swords. And unlucky for him, Mahayam is an action kind. And right now she's just ahead. She just has 3 swords in hand. But the thing is, she might be playing her strike blade. In that case, Staban could win. I'm not quite sure. Does Staban want first in this combat or second? It seems he wants second. Again, I mean, this combat is very good for second place here. Because, you know, you get 4 intrigues and 4 Solari. Sorry, if you have a worm. If you don't have a worm, it's not bad either. But Elsar simply takes his faction bump. It seems that with Panopticon, he's going to be going for the Spacing Alliance. Usually with Panopticon players, you want to get at least 1 alliance, and the rest of them you can just sit on like 1 and have them for endgames. It's like the new version of Spy Satellites from XML. Piter picks up a Spice with Slow. I mean, 10, 11 Persuasion on reveal. Could get more with the Sadistic. Is he playing it, really? I would hold it off. If you think Koda's might be going secrets next round, then sure, you want to play it. But otherwise, I don't really know why you'd want to play it. Okay, he plays that. Yeah, putting in 3 is not bad because you could easily, you know, do this ability. You lose 2 troops and get a intrigue. I don't know if Green is fully aware that you can lose troops from your garrison too. Although it is a combat card, it doesn't specifically say you have to lose 2 troops from your conflict. You can choose to only deploy in 1 troop and lose the other 2 from garrison. But anyways, I guess if they don't know, I mean, I can't really tell them. It's a tournament game. So. What does Mahayam do? She could reveal the strike fleet. What else could she do? She could. Is there a way Mahayam could hit Spice must flow. She's on 6 persuasion right now. If she draws a 2 persuasion card, that would be. Sorry, she's on 7 right now. If she draws a 2 persuasion card, that would be 9. Or, you know, simply going to Assembly Hall. There's no text on the row which actually have the ability to get a card draw. But anyways, Mahayam missed it completely. She gets 2 spies, 1 for her ring and 1 for her one for espionage. Very good spies for her. She gets the Strike Fleet spy, which is the Fremen spy, and she gets her card draw spy, which is the Benny spy. Okay. Sunny reveals for 5 persuasion, missing command just by 1. And it's probably going to become Smuggler's Haven. Which isn't bad because now his farming spy would actually be pretty useful. Elisar hits 8. It was a low chance that he could hit, that he had another, that he had a 2 persuasion card. I think it was 0 actually, because he has Corn City, he has a Dagger in there, Dune in there, Diplo in there. I think it's 4. I don't know what the 5th card is. It's not a convincing though, because he's revealed the convincing. But anyways, he decides to pick up Captured Mentat, which is pretty good. If he gets some extra bumps laying around on spacing, he can always, you know, use them to bump around with other factions and get his Panopticon points. Elisar gets a spy, which he decided to put on. He's thinking, okay, he puts it on. And spacing is probably fine, right? I mean, you get Spice plus slow abilities, you get not spice and slow, sorry, you get highliner abilities in the case that somebody, really, why do we want to draw a card? And what could you be looking for? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 cards, 13 persuasion. I mean, what? 13 persuasion and 2 daggers, so spice and slow and what? What was the reason for that? Was it to get rid of your intrigues? If that's what your reason was, then I don't know. Because you're going to be getting another intrigue from this combat, at least one, if not 2. Okay. Yeah, playing that card, I feel like didn't make too much sense. Because why did you need the extra persuasion? Just get a spice and slow and be done with it. Maybe he has a reason. If you're going to be sitting on 4 intrigues, you might as well be sitting on 5 intrigues, right? Like, it's not like it's too big of a difference, because 4 of them are going to be Piter intrigues anyways. As long as you didn't play that intrigue. Anyways, we continue. Vaughn picks up another spy access card. Subversive Advisor. It's basically the power play. Wherever you send it, you basically get to take another bump with that faction, and then you can trash the card. That's it. Which is pretty good for her, because she's going pretty conflict heavy, combat heavy. So getting her faction bumps up is probably not her biggest priority. So putting that spy on Emperor is pretty good for her, simply because she has to take just 1 trip to Emperor, and it will activate that ability for the rest of the game. Sorry, not for the rest of the game. I mean, she'll have access to Imperial Privilege for the rest of the game, but she will also have her friendship. And I mean, I think Mahab's gonna be having a pretty easy game here. I mean, she's most likely gonna be picking up the Fremen Alliance, right? She's gonna get the Emperor friendship. That's 2 points at least. She wins this combat, gets another spy down, which, I mean, it's kind of useless, but sure. Yep. Piter decides to, get rid of an intrigue. One of his Piter intrigues to get a real intrigue. Not much better. But yeah, he gets 2 more Solari from this combat. Staban's going to be sitting on 4 intrigues. Actually, now maybe Coda does think about going to secrets, because she's going to be stealing 1 intrigue from Piter and 1 intrigue from Staban. Staban draws... Is that an endgame point? Or actually, he doesn't have an endgame yet. He doesn't have a hand. He has Desert Mouse, so Staban might be looking to take down a Desert Mouse combat. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I think I know what the card draw was for. I think Piter was looking for Shishakali. That's right. Okay, maybe he wanted to win this combat. Not quite sure why. I guess it does match for him, but maybe he might be looking for a better combat. He should be looking for a better combat. I mean, if I'm Coda here, I feel like going secrets is just like a free play, right? Or there's a different option. She could go to, say, like shipping, and then go, play her Corinth City. But I think Red's probably going to be going secrets. I mean, you can't say no to 3 intrigues, right? I mean, 2 of them are guaranteed to be real intrigues, and then 1 of them might be a Piter intrigue. But no, okay. Elisar says no to the intrigues. That's interesting. What does he want this water for? Research station? Well, he has no access to research station, so I guess he just wants to secure the alliance. Is that what it is? Maybe. Let's see. Piter. What does Piter do? I'm not sure how adaptive tactics works with Piter. It says you can't deploy this troop to the conflict this turn. So the ring ability that he gets with Pyder won't. Sorry, the ring troop that he gets won't be deployed. Like it's like Shaddam, and if he plays the ring, he cannot deploy that turn. That's it. So I guess the Signet Ring ability would stand over the Adaptive Tactics ability. But Mahayam decides that she wants to steal an intrigue from Staban. And not bad for her because she took his endgame. And obviously it's a point for her. Because she has the match, or like the unwritten match. And she's just looking to, rush for this alliance. Yeah, so we might be seeing Mahayam go maybe Sardaukar. That's an option. She might be looking to go, I mean, not even Sardaukar. Maybe she decides to just go Dutiful Service, and pick up, I don't know, what could she pick up here? The research station, possibly? Staban has to try to get Swordmaster this round because there's going to be so much Solari lying around after this round. So if Staban does not see Swordmaster this round, I doubt he's going to be seeing it again. Actually, that's just a straight up lie because he has a spy there, so there's no point. But anyways, he does choose this Swordmaster route. Let's see, LSR shipping, okay. And okay, LSR just says, okay, I'm gonna take Swordmaster as well. But interesting choice. Very, very interesting choice. I guess he's just saying that maybe he just wants to set up for a Corn City later down the line, possibly. It's not bad. Shipping also gets him his alliance, and he basically tells everyone, like, hey, look, back off, this is my alliance. And that's not a bad idea. Not that anybody is really contesting it, but better to be safe than sorry. Pyder gets 3 troops. Gets a troop from Arrakeen and 1 troop from the Signet Ring. He can deploy up to 3. And he deploys everything. Okay, Pyder's probably looking to get Swordmaster as well. Card draws. Okay, what does she want to draw? Or like, what is she looking to draw? How much persuasion does she have? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She has 5 persuasion. She could go Chani to, what's that space? Chani to Fremkit, and maybe look to hit 9. She's currently sitting on 5, so she would have to hit quite a bit of persuasion. She would have to hit 2 2s. And her deck isn't really built to draw 2 convincings. Really, that is so interesting. She chooses to take the Fremen alliance instead of going for a spacing and then saving the Fremen alliance for when she plays Chani or when she plays Strike Fleet. I guess this makes sense because this makes like some sense because she decides that she wants to deploy into the combat. Obviously not a bad play. And she also gets a spy back from Wheels Within Wheels, which she can also redeploy back onto Fremen. I just don't know if it was worth it to use your Subversive Advisor there. Maybe hold off on your Subversive Advisor and just play it till like Emperor later down the line. Because how are you going to get your Emperor homes? You know you're going to get the Fremen alliance because nobody's really stopping you. Unless you're maybe scared of the Shishakli player, but the thing is, the Shishakli player that has no Fremen. Like, his Shishakli is just useless. It's just 2 swords. And it's like a trash to draw card ability. But let's see. Staban's just being a nuisance. He says nobody gets the Swordmaster spy. Again, it's not a bad play because he might also want to go Council later down the line, and that spy might be pretty good for him. Let's see what happens here. Piter goes to council and misses Spiceless Flow? I mean, why? 2, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, Piter has to hit a 2 persuasion card, which wasn't really likely. I'm not quite sure why he took that risk. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, you can argue that he has, he has another convincing in there, he has another prepare the way in there, and he has, I guess, a Trident Darkness in there. So he has 3 cards, 3 out of 8. I mean, what are the odds of that? That's below 50% of him hitting a Spiceless Flow there. That is such an interesting risk to take, and I mean, it seems it has not paid off. But you never know. Maybe Piter has a different plan. He decides to pick up a card to trash, and he trashes the Spiceless Flow. Sorry, he buys a tech, which allows him to trash, which is Planetary Array. He gets another troop in. And he decides to deploy them. Okay. Does he want to win this combat? Why? So interesting. I guess Mahayam decides to reveal the Chani for the troops back. Not a bad play. She gets the spy back. What does she buy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I guess it thought that it had 7. She had 7 persuasion. But I mean, with 5 persuasion, what do you buy here? I don't hate Sardaukar High Command, or sorry, Sardaukar. What is it? Standard? Standard's not bad. I mean, command center or whatever is not bad either. Allows you to retreat 2 troops to get some persuasion back later down the line if you're looking to get a Spiceless Flow plan. However, this Chani is gonna hinder that Spiceless Flow ability because you have no Fremen with your deck. But okay, Sardaukar Standard, not bad. So you get a troop on reveal and 2 persuasion on reveal, and it has a pretty good trashing ability. I mean, this seems to be a very low Sardaukar commander game. There is 1 Sardaukar commander bot, and it's the one at High Council, the one that people usually get. I guess the only one people usually pick up the Dutiful Service one and the Deliver Supplies one, and then the next 2 to go are probably the Gather Support Assembly Hall ones, and then after that usually Council, and then Sardaukar. It's crazy that the Council one is the only one that's been bought. Okay. Yep. I thought Staban might play something like this and go pick up the research station contract. Yeah. So I mean, Staban needs his access, right? Staban needs to find a way to get. Ooh, interesting. He decides to pick up. He picks up the Sardaukar one. I guess he figures he's probably gonna go Sardaukar. I mean, when you're sitting with three water here, why not pick up the research station contract, right? Especially because you have Southern Faith in your hand next round. So research station would not even be a bad play. You could go research station, you could go council. I mean, you could have Spice and Slow in your hand next round, and you could have 2 Spice on the reveal. I mean, there's a lot of value here because you get 3 Solar from the research station contract. Actually, ignore that. He's gonna get 3 Solari anyway from the combat. But okay. Oh, LSR went to shipping to also fund for his buy access. That makes sense. Yeah, I guess now LSR is gonna be looking to target another alliance. Maybe it's probably gonna be the Emperor Alliance because nobody's gonna be fighting for that one. We know Bene Gesserit is locked down by Mahayam. Not locked down, but she's going to be the one taking it for most of the time. And Fremen also, again, locked down by Mahayam. That one, I don't think anybody's going to be taking. Mahayam gets the spy, and she decides to put the spy on espionage. Staban buys Command Center, and Green buys Quash Rebellion, which is 2 swords and then has 2 persuasion on reveal if you have a commander in the combat. So combat resolves we get a first place for green, meaning he gets the Arakeen flag. Anytime anybody goes to Arakeen, he gets another Solari. I mean, it's round 6. Only one person has Swordmaster, and it seems that only two people are going to be getting Swordmaster by round 7. Yeah, this makes sense. He has Rebel Supplier, so he's going to be looking to simply just place his spy on like Arakeen to go. You know what? Actually, his odds last round weren't too bad. It was actually 4 and 8. Yeah, it was a 4 and 8, which is 50%. I mean, he missed it, but it was still a 4 and 8. Yeah, he had Spice. He had these 6 cards in his hand, and he had Spice and Slow. Missed his Spice and Slow last round, but he will be getting it this round. I mean, Rebel Supplier might. Rebel Supplier is definitely going to be contesting yellow in this combat. What does yellow do here? I mean, does yellow just take the Fremen of Benny Alliance? That's not a bad play. But I don't know. This is interesting. What are yellow's options here? Coda might go to Swordmaster and pick up dropships. I mean, it would cost her just two spice because she has a discount from High Council and she has a her ring provides 1. Can you deploy 3? I thought you could only deploy 2. How did he deploy 3? How did he deploy 4? Sorry. Oh. Right. I mean, shouldn't it be 3? Am I missing something? She gets 1 troop from here, and then 2 troops from 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, alright, so she takes 1 back. Right. Okay. Staban has just not gotten, what's it called? Staban has just not gotten Council, he has not gotten, this feels like a very slow game for Staban, you know? Okay, well, here's the Council play first of all. Decides to recall the spy for some more persuasion. It seems Staban's going to be getting how much spice is that on reveal? If he decides to reveal both cards, he's going to be getting 4 spice on reveal at least. Maybe if somebody goes to Haga Basin, he gets another 5th spy. But oh, okay. This is not bad. Coda might just pick up Sardaukar High Command just for, just to get a point. And it seems that, yeah, LSR is going to be doing that. He doesn't have a Sardaukar yet. He might be looking to get a Sardaukar. Maybe, he goes to, I don't know, where could LSR even go? But actually, I didn't even notice that he could, play Calculated Mentat or Calculated Higher, and then discard for 2 more spice. But yeah, that was a way better play than what I had imagined. Yep, as expected, Fighter will take some troops and hit a spice and slow. Yep, go Arakeen, and yeah. The question is, does he deploy all of his troops in here? If he deploys all of his troops, it's not guaranteed he's gonna get first here. Because Maham simply could just reveal Strike Fleet. The thing is, he has 2 swords in hand, but yeah, he's gonna Strike Fleet. Oh no, Maham cannot Strike Fleet to a Fremen spot. She has to go to a non-combat space. Well, you don't have a spy there. I'm not quite sure how she plans on going there. Okay, so she's probably gonna go Bene Gesserit or even Secrets. Either one is fine. Secrets, you know, you get 2 intrigues, so maybe you take the combat down. You have to recall the spy though. I mean, there's no chance she gets, you know, she gets a Spice and Slow this round. Really? Interesting. Why not Secrets? I mean, is your argument that you're just gonna, you know, take the alliance next round? I don't know. I feel like seeing 2 intrigues there is not even bad. She is sitting on. To be fair, she is sitting on another point here with the end games that she has of the matches. Yeah, I guess she's looking to get some Solar. I mean, she's looking to get intrigues later, maybe for a Spice of Slow. Staban picks up. Oh, I see. Staban decided to go prepare the way to activate his Southern Faith ability. And Research Station is not bad here. Research Station and then, you know, Worms. Actually, you're not winning. You're not winning this combat. If we're being completely honest here. But Research Station is not bad. Or Staban could also look to set up for round 7, which is not bad either. He might be picking up, I don't know, just Staban. No, he doesn't break the wall. That is so interesting. Okay. Staban's just gonna take his Bene Gesserit bump. And he has another point just sitting there with his Siege Ritual, allowing him to get a point on Bene Gesserit by simply discarding a card, which I assume he might be doing this round, because it's not like he's gonna be he's not buying anything of like use. It is kind of crazy though that not a single contract has been completed this whole game. Just as I say that, a pretty good contract comes up, and LSR gets his Spice of Slow. He knew that his, knowing LSR, he probably knew that his Prepare the Way was on top of his deck. So he knew that it was a guaranteed Spice and Slow hit. And yeah, this round he got how many points? He got a point off of what's that? He got a point off of Sardaukar High Command, and he got a point off of Spice Slow. Spice Must Flow. And he's going to be setting up for a Research Station next round. Panopticon also just gets him he currently has 1 Panopticon point with Fremen. He does need to find a way to get the other 2 points, but obviously those can be easily found with buy access. He might be trying to get some more spice because he needs to be able to fund his Cornet City point somehow. Oh, I see. That Research Station makes so much sense because he ends up playing his Research Station. He draws a card. He draws 3 cards off of the Research Station, allowing him to get 3 more Solari, meaning he's on 10 Solari. 5 Solari pays for the 2 points on factions, and then the other 5 Solari pays for the Cornet City point. That's smart. Okay, Spice and Slow as expected from Piter. Ending up hitting, how much is that? 16 strength? I mean, do we really need all that strength for this combat? It's not like you have a worm, but I guess it makes sense because he has, what's it called? What is this? He has the match. Sorry, I can't. Okay, we're back. What happened? We picked up elite forces on Mahayam, and it seems to be... Oh, Staban decided to pick up Spice at Deep Desert, getting his Smuggler's Haven point. How is Staban going to complete this Sardaukar contract? Yep, Spice is slow for LSR. Comes back to Staban, he plays Steve's Ritual and gets his extra point on the Bene Gesserit. I mean, based on this, who do I think is going to win? It's a close tie between yellow and red. Why yellow? Because of the Strike Fleet synergy, you know, Highliner, she has her Diplo guaranteed, so she's going to Highliner for the, you know, straight point and probably win the combat. However, there isn't, she doesn't have Swordmaster. But I mean, that's going to be taken care of literally next round because of the fact that she's going to get slaughtered in this combat. Let's see. Combat resolves. I mean, nothing really happened there. Just Maham got another spy. Oh wait, Maham didn't have diplomacy in her hand in her next hand. Okay, how does Maham get enough to get Highliner? Actually, it doesn't matter because this combat is so useless for them. Saying that though, this might be useful because of the fact that they could get their point in spacing and Fremen, but I doubt the game's gonna end this round though, because of I mean, they would need the point in Bene Gesserit, that's 1. They would need a point in Fremen, that point in spacing, that's 2. Point in Emperor, that's 3. Spice and Slow is only 4. I mean, where's the other points coming from? Staban takes another Haven point at Haga Basin, and deploys a Wormin. Is he going to be getting any value for this worm? That's the question to ask. Is Staban going to get any value for this worm? We know he's going to have Spice and Slow this round, so that's not to worry about. What is Mahaim's plan? Mahaim might be getting Swordmaster, maybe? Okay, yep, research station for yellow, probably. For red. Research station for red. Does not draw her Corin City. How many cards does she have? 5 cards? Okay. It wasn't a guaranteed draw that she was gonna draw it. But I don't think she's too sad about it. In the case that the game ends, I think Coda probably takes it. She gets 91. Spice and Slow is 1. Panopticon would be 1, 2, 3. She's on 9 with that. Actually, she has 9 right now. She would need to draw her Corin City for the 10th. Is the thing. Okay. Does change allegiances do anything for her? That's the question. Does change allegiances help Coda? I think the answer to that is no, because I mean she only has one alliance. Maybe she wants to go up in space, not spacing. What's the space called? Emperor. She wants to go up in Emperor to have access to privilege, and then she can play her calculate a higher 2 privilege, discard the what's it called? The Spacing Guild's favor for 2 more spice, and then pick up, I don't know. I mean, what could she even pick up? Dropships, maybe, and then hopefully hit her Corin City. That's not a bad plan. But the thing is, she would need to have enough to get there. She would have to play her bi-access though. She would have to play her bi-access. She would have to play her change allegiances, and then she would have to regain that point on spacing again. I mean, it's a big ask, but it is doable. Okay, goes to Green. Green simply picks up a commander at dutiful service, picking up a contract as well, the refinery contract. We have a she gave up market opportunity to get 5 more swords, which is completely fair. Because she has the Benny Alliance and she had the spy there, so she can take her branching paths to Swordmaster. She now does have another action, so she can wait and see what Staban does, or what Coda does. What is Staban's position? Staban, he wants to put in 1 more troop at least to get, command center off. Or Staban, Staban wants his Emperor friendship somehow. He wants the spice to get there. I mean, he's probably gonna go siege. Yeah, siege or Arakeen. I mean, what's his last action gonna be, right? Siege Arakeen, and then if he went to Arakeen, he could draw. Oh, actually, wait, he draws a card off of Prepare the Way anyway. I guess it would have been a guarantee that he would have drawn a 1 persuasion card, or at least a card with persuasion, if he went to Arakeen, because I forgot that he still has both daggers in his hand. That's funny. So now he has to play his last action to either Assembly Hall or gather support. And, I mean, both of those is fine because, I mean, I guess Assembly Hall is better for Staban because he's not going to be seeing his, what's it called? He's not going to be seeing his, he's not going to be seeing another combat win. That's why. God, I cannot speak today. He discards a card. He discards Coda. Coda discards to get 2 more spice, and she draws another card and gets another intrigue. Okay. Does Coda have enough for spice and slow and discard for Corinth? And the answer to that is yes. She has enough. She has she can discard the spice and slow, and she can discard the dagger. Actually, I mean, she could also keep the spice and slow in hand and just discard the dagger and a recon and still have enough for a spice and slow. How did Coda get a contract? Oh, she went to accept contract. That's right. Okay, so she went to accept contract. Where does Coda take her Corin City point? Or not point, Corin City, because Staban is probably going to be going Assembly Hall. there's a chance that Piter or Mahayam go to gather support. So this is an interesting decision to make here. You know what? Coda could just go. I mean, Coda could play her by access, go up once in Bene Gesserit, go up once in Emperor, and then go down, and then play her shifting allegiances or change allegiances, and go down in spacing, go up in spacing to get 3 more Solari, and then go to say like a council or Imperial privilege, and then spend 3 spice to go up in Emperor. So now she has privilege access. But anyways, that's a niche line for Coda. What does Piter do? Piter goes to Refinery and just puts in 1 commander. What does he want for this commander? From what value is he going to get from this commander? He's going to have 3 swords on reveal. He's going to have enough persuasion for a Spices Slow. We know that. I mean, he could also trash Desperate, meaning he gets a total of 8 strength. I mean, I don't think that's going to be enough for Staban, for Piter to do anything with. Okay, Mahayam takes Chani to Fremkit. She does get an entry because she has deployed 3 or more troops. I think. Wait, isn't that what Chani's conflict is? Yeah, 3 or more troops. So she gets an intrigue, which is a pretty good intrigue for her. She gets mercenaries. So it's also an intrigue cycler, also 2 troops. She's also going to draw into her strike fleet next round. You know, you have to be careful for that. I do think this game is going next round. I mean, Elisar's not ending it. Staban's going to be sitting on, 7 points at the end of this round. Piter's going to be sitting on 7 points at the end of this round with a Spices Slow. Mahayam's going to be sitting on, what is this? Spices Slow, and then 7. So yeah, Spices Slow 7, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, Spices Slow 7, and then a point on both factions is 9. How does Yellow get the last point? If there was like an Ornithopter fleet or something at what's it called? On the row, then she would have been able to end the game. But okay, here we go. Elisar has the Corn City point. He discards 2 cards, which I assume is probably going to be either Dune Recon and a Dagger. So it's going to be Dagger, and I assume he wants to reveal the Spices Slow for the extra persuasion, or for the extra spice, and probably a Dagger. Yep. No, or maybe he thinks he wants 2nd in this combat, so he might get rid of the. No, okay. He gets rid of the Dagger. He picks up his Corn City point. He also gets Panopticon. I forgot that he had a spy on Emperor. So now he has Panopticon. I mean, pretty much guaranteed. I mean, on lock. He has how many points? He's currently showing 8 points just off of Panopticon. Spices Slow would be 9, and then if somehow Yellow were to end the game, it would be 10. And in this case, if Yellow were to end the game, I think Red ends up winning the game because of the end game points. I mean, actually, technically that's a lie, because if Yellow were to end the game, they would also have like an end game match, so they would end on 11. But assuming that they had some way of getting, assuming that the match was the last point, it would be 10. Anyways, wait, how did they get they get another point? Oh, they have a Fremen Bond? I forgot that they have a Fremen Bond. That's right, because Rebel Supplier gives them a Fremen Bond. So that's another point. So we have green sitting on 8. We have green sitting on 8. We have yellow sitting on 9 at the end of this round. Theoretically 10 because of the end game. Actually, it's not even theoretically. It's literally 10 because it's a point they're going to be showing to everyone, assuming they win the combat. Right? Yeah. I mean, who's going to be stopping them from this combat? But I think this is going to be a spy on probably Fremkit or Research Station. Either one is good here. Or not Research Station, Arakeen. Either one is good here. Or even Siege Tower, one of them. Not bad. I don't know if putting it there is the best option because you have Strike Fleet in your next hand. So probably Arakeen or Siege Tower is the best play. Yeah, but Spice is slow here, and then they cannot end the game because they still need 2 more points. Sorry, 1 more point. But yeah, Staban is gonna end up retreating for Persuasion and end up getting Spice was slow. How many Spice was are left in the deck? There are 5. Okay. After LSR buys this Spice Slow, there's actually still 1 more Spice Slow left to go around, or 1 more round to go. 1 more round of Spice Slows to go around for next round. Because I've sat in some games where people end up buying so many Spice Slows that the Spice Slow deck is actually, I mean, completely exhausted. And after all 10 Spice Slows have been bought and nobody has trashed any, you can no longer buy a Spice Slow. You know, it's a very niche situation that happens, but regardless, it is a situation where it could happen. Anyways, that was a whole lot of yap. Let's continue. LSR buys a Spice was slow as we expected. If he thinks the game is gonna end, then I assume you probably play your change allegiances. Change allegiances. Oh no, you probably play your buy access first. Play your buy access and you just secure your 10 points. But he's probably thinking if the game's gonna end, and if the game does end, he doesn't play buy access or change allegiances, he would be sitting at 9, getting him 2nd place. Otherwise, if the game ends, he would get 1st, assuming he plays one of those cards. How many cards does he have left in his deck? He has 2, so there's a chance that he could redraw into his Corn City, meaning he could get another point, and then he would just have to find another way to get his faction point on Benny, which is pretty easy because his next hand is, I think, pretty much has to be a Diplomacy. Yeah. So that's 1 round for 1 way for LSR. Actually, I mean, he totally would be going to either Espionage or Secrets because he has the contract for Secrets. Okay, but LSR is really thinking. He's thinking if the game's gonna end. I mean, we know as spectators that the game is not gonna be ending, but LSR unfortunately does not have that information. I mean, what could he be thinking about, right? I mean, he goes up in spacing again, right? And then he takes his, what else? Oh wait, can LSR end the game? Hold up. Oh my god, I totally forgot that LSR himself can end the game. But the thing is, if he spends his Spice, he would lose, right? Wouldn't he? If he spends his Spice, oh my god. LSR could have actually had 1, 2, 3, 4 points. He could have actually ended the game this round, and then won on Solari tiebreaks. No, he would have won on Solari tiebreaks. Oh my god, that is so crazy. He would have, because he would get 3 Spice from this combat, and then since the game has to end, or is guaranteed to end, yellow would show another point on endgame, but that's only going to be 10. I guess LSR's reasoning was that maybe he doesn't have, maybe he's beaten on endgames, which totally understandable. But actually, yeah, LSR could have won the game on the spot there. All he had to do was just go down, up with with spacing, get the 3 extra Solari, and then spend 3 Spice to go up in Emperor, and then play his buy access to go up in the other 2 factions, meaning 10 points right there. And then he would be sitting on 1 Spice, but he gets 3 Spice from this combat and a Intrigue. So he would be getting, he would end up on 4 Spice, and I think 4 Spice and 3 Solari, which would be better than 4 Spice and 2 Solari that yellow would be showing. But anyways, if LSR were to watch this game back, he would notice that. I don't blame him. It was kind of hard to see that because you never know how many end games that yellow has. Not that he would qualify for many. I mean, he qualifies for all of the end game intrigues, the 3 matches or whatever, because he has two end games. He has 2 of these. He has 2 of the unknown combats. So these 2 match on end game. So if he has 2 end game intrigues, both of them match with each other. Anyways, so we have Staban going to Highliner instantly, has no commanders, so he will just be deploying everything in and get 2 Solari. What does he want this 2 Solari for? No one knows. I mean, to be fair, it's not a choice. It's like he has to take it off of his Quash Rebellion. But yeah, 3 would have been nice because then he gets access to what's that space? He gets access to privilege. Again, that's also a lie because he doesn't have 2-1 Emperor, so he literally has no access to privilege. It's kind of funny the way that Staban is set up. It feels like he might be the one who has buy access because he has 2 points that are lying around odd factions. But anyways, next, yeah, I think we know what LSR is going to be doing here. Probably first he plays his twisted Mentat, calculated Mentat to probably a contract space, right? To just draw a lot of cards. Maybe council. I mean, I don't really see why he would council, but yeah, he's gonna go to contract. He's gonna pick up the spacing guild. He's gonna pick up the contract for more troops. It's like because he knows that the minute he gets Highliner, he's gonna get 2 more troops. So it's like the big Highliner ability, except he gets 2 more Solari off of it. Wow, that is unlucky. That's funny as well. He has no ability to. He just traded out a Spice of Slow for another Spice of Slow. But okay, so. Ooh, does LSR go Sardaukar here in any world? No, that's a lie. In no world is LSR going Sardaukar here. Yeah, he's just gonna go Highliner. He's gonna get his 5 extra Solari. He's gonna be sitting on 10 Solari, and he's just gonna say, "Okay, look, come beat me." That's it. How does he? Is there a way for LSR to get 2 water for the worm? Is there? Let me think. Does LSR have a way to get the 2 water? Yeah, how would he get the 2 water? What the heck? He has. Does he even have spices though? He has 4 intrigues, and he obviously does not want to lose secure spice trade. Not secure spice trade, buy access by any means. So he probably picks up. Oh, interesting. Okay, so now LSR might actually go to Sardaukar. Interesting. Okay. What is loyalty on the row? I'm sorry. What is loyalty on the contract thing? Yeah. Is loyalty on the contract thing? Let me think. No, it's not. Loyalty is not on here. So I don't know. He wouldn't go contract. He wouldn't go to. He wouldn't go to that space. He wouldn't go to Sardaukar. I guess he wasn't aware that he gets the contract completion on the spot for taking the Spacing Alliance. So I guess maybe he might be retracting his move. He might be choosing to go up and I guess Bene Gesserit instead. And yeah, we do see that. So yeah, he wants to go Highliner and then have that ability to deploy every treatment, which makes sense. Yep, as expected, LSR does do exactly that. Yeah. What is his last action gonna be though? That's the question. Like, is there a way for him to get 2 water? Because he's gonna be putting in what, 18 strength total? 18 strength just off of the Highliner. So 18 strength off the Highliner, and then what else? 18 strength off. I mean, what can Sunny do? How can Sunny stop this, right? I guess there's one way for Sunny to stop this is if you were to go, say like Siege Tower and then like Research Station after that. That's one way for Sunny to get more troops in, which would be a total of how many troops is that? Another 3 more troops, meaning a total of another 6 more strength, putting him to 20, and then he gets another 2 more from his commander ability. Sorry, not his what ability is that? The command ability. So he gets 2 more spice off that. Which is irrelevant actually. He would get 2 more swords, meaning him 22, and then he has another 5 sword intrigue, 27. So Sunny's max seems to be 27 for now. I could be forgetting something here and there, but I think 27 is probably Sunny's max. Oh, speaking of which, that's actually just straight up wrong, right? Yeah, there's a better play here. For Sunny. Sunny could just go to gather support, end up spending 2 water. Spending 2 Solari for a water, and get forbidden weapons, meaning he gets 3 more swords on reveal. He can also break the wall. So actually, I think that's probably his better play. He can go to, I think that actually nets him more points after buying forbidden weapons, because he has the council bonus, or not bonus, the council. But no, okay, not choosing to buy forbidden weapons. Interesting. I guess he wants spice so slow. Is that the goal? Okay, what does that do? I don't know. I think if I was blue in this position, I'm probably gonna go, because I mean, there's really you have 2 points that are hanging there, right? You have 2 points that are just sitting around, not really doing anything. You have the spacing point and the what's it called, the Emperor point, and you have 2 ways to draw. You have 2 ways to drop factions. One of them being forbidden weapons, and the other one being the what's it called? The other one being your intrigue card. I mean, actually, like it might be better to go to, say, gather support, and you get the forbidden weapons, and you pick up the extra water, and you break the wall, so you get more options, right? So you get the water, meaning you get a research station, and then you can do much more with it. You could have 6 persuasion for that extra reveal, maybe even hit spices slow. That's a possibility. Yeah, I think not going gather support might have been a miss there. But anyways, we have Highliner from LSR. This time he does complete his contract and he hits 18 strength. He's gonna be having. He plays his what's it called? He plays his distraction to get a spy on. Wow, really? I mean, Green just says, okay, look, I'm just gonna simply just early reveal and take my spices slow. And he says, okay, look, I'm just gonna be ending on 9 points, and that's my game. Is there a way for Green to get in? Not Green, Yellow to get in this combat? I mean, putting that spy on Emperor was just, I feel like, made no sense. Like, why Emperor? Why not, any other place? But, oh my god, I guess that makes sense, because he has rapid drop ships. I'm a little slow. He has rapid drop ships. So he goes to Sardukar, allowing him. I mean, wait, actually. Whoa. Like, this is so crazy. This guy, he can put in, how many troops is that? 4 off of Sardukar, then another 2 off of Garrison, and then another 3 off of, what's that space called? 3 off of Strike Fleet. So that's gonna be what, 4, 3, 7 troops, 9 troops going into his combat, and he can buy a commander if he wants to. Actually, he can buy more. He can buy a commander and he can buy mercenaries. But actually, that might be a little bit overkill, because he might just want to simply win this combat. Yeah, he might just want to not win this combat. He might want to keep the Solari to win this combat, so he might not want to play mercenaries yet. But I think that if yellow ends up winning this combat, I think they just win the game, right? LSR has 10 points right now because of Panopticon. So that's 10. LSR, if LSR wins this combat, actually I don't think LSR is winning this combat. I think yellow has this combat on lock. I mean, they simply, how many troops is that? They have another 4, 6 plus another 3, 9 troops coming in. They have another 9 troops that they're going to be generating. Actually, is that possible? Yeah, let me think. 4, 7. Yeah, they have 9 troops generated. Meaning they're going to be 9 plus the 2 troops that are in. That's 11 troops. They're already showing 22 strength. They're already at 22 strength. And then they have another 5 sword intrigue, meaning 27, plus a sword on reveal, meaning 20, meaning 28. And I'm pretty sure that already beat Sunny's max of, I think, 27. But if he'd done the Forbidden Weapons play, I think he would have been at 30, something like that. But yeah, so Sunny might have had beaten yellow if he'd gone for the Forbidden Weapons play. Let's see how this turns out. LSR is probably going to go. I mean, where's LSR going to go? What can he do here, right? Let's see. I mean, his only hope would be? What is LSR's only hope? I mean, council, and hope to find like a detonation, right? I mean, you could also buy self-destroying messages for 2 more persuasion. So he'd be 2, 4, 5, 6. I mean, yeah, he can't hit Spice slow. We know that. If he ends up playing his. Oh, actually, LSR might go to Imperial Privilege and get rid of his unexpected allies. That's not a bad play. That's a pretty good play. And he gets to draw how many cards is that? He gets to draw 1 off of Prepare the Way, 1 off of the Spy, and then 1 off of what's the face? 1 off of the Prepare the Way. So he might go Imperial Privilege or he might go Council. But yeah, he goes Privilege. Probably recalls the Spy here. Don't think that Spy is gonna be doing too much. Okay. He draws 2 cards and then he draws a 3rd card. What is that 3rd card gonna be? Corn City. Okay. So he has found his. If LSR somehow ends up winning this combat, he has the point for he has the point for LSR has the point for 6 Spice, 6 Solari. Sorry. You know what? What if LSR were to buy not self-destroying messages, were to buy server receivers and then use the Signet Ring ability to trash server receivers? Meaning he would get another card draw and he would get another intrigue. And then he could have decided to shuffle out that intrigue. Like, why? I mean, is that a play? Is that? Yeah, actually, he might. Actually, wait. That was dumb. Why would he do that? It would make sense for him to buy. So what's it called? It would make sense for him to buy Forbidden Weapons. He has Panopticon, right? He just gets more sword intrigues. Did he buy another sword? Sorry, is this a little laggy? Let's see. Oh, okay, I couldn't see. Okay, yep, Strike played 2 Sardaukar as expected, and yeah, I mean maybe not buying the Forbidden Weapons might have been a miss for LSR as well. I mean, to be completely fair, he would have gotten 1 more troop in, and then I guess like a trip to Siege Tabra would have put in, how many troops is that? Would have put in another 6 troops, right? Am I missing something? That would have put in how many troops? That would have put in. He would have put another 6 more strength. Sorry, 6 more strength, meaning he would go from 18 to 24, right? He'd go from 18 to 24, and then he would have 27 from the swords, and then 29. So he would have been on 29 strength. However, that is not going to be enough because yellow here simply could just win the combat. I think if you're yellow here, you just play your opportunism and you get your extra point. You take your extra point by going down in Fremen and spacing. Sorry, Fremen and Bene. Or sorry, Fremen and Emperor is fine too. You end up buying the commander. You take your desperate. You deploy your commander in. Yep, desperate. Yep, deploy the commander in. You get 2 more troops. I mean, that would be technically 1 more troop. Oh, is he choosing not to play it? That is so interesting. I mean, there's no way you're getting the 6th Solari. You're not getting the 6th Solari. So this just play your intrigue, man. If you like, just play your intrigue and get it over with. Really? If that comes to bite him, he might be really sad about it. He just plays. You should just play opportunism here. Go down in your 2 bumps, get your extra point. You're showing 10. Winning this combat would be 11, and then you would have 2 end games on reveal, so 12-13. Yeah. I mean, I think this is a pretty comfortable win for yellow here. Elisar is probably going to be getting 2nd, 3rd from green, and then Sunny is going to be getting 4th. Yeah, I think that is how the way things are for now. Unless somehow Elisar magically top decks an intrigue, but even if he top decks an intrigue, I don't think he still can do anything about it. How much persuasion does Elisar have? 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's sitting on 7. He needs 2 more persuasion for 9. Yeah, I mean, based on this play, actually, if Elisar picked up Forbidden Weapons, he would have been on 24. He would have been on 24 with Forbidden Weapons. He would have dropped down a point for 27, and then he would have had 32 strength total, with all the swords and everything. So he would, yeah, Elisar would have been on 32 strength, and he would have actually won the combat on. Well, actually, would he have won the combat? He might have tied the combat. Actually. No, Maham hasn't beat. Because Maham trashes Desperate for another 3, and then what is it? He gets 5 more swords. So trashes Desperate for 3, meaning 40, 30, 28, and then 33. Yeah, Maham is 33. So Elisar going for the Forbidden Weapons play would not have mattered in the end. He would simply just be getting the same amount of points. Yeah. Okay. I mean, interesting game. Yeah. I mean, I think it was just up to green to deny. It's not even about denying, man. It's just like you see Strike Fleet and you purposely choose not to get it, to give it to the guy who to give it to one of the only 2 leaders in this game that have spy generation abilities anywhere. Like at least with Margot and like most of the other spies. I guess VIII has some abilities to deploy spies anywhere. But at least like with Margot, she has only on blue. You give it to one of the leaders that can place a spy anywhere on the board. And I mean, Maham might be the better version actually, because she can take her cards to any spy access. I mean, not that it matters because Strike Fleet has the spy access card. Also, Maham forgot to trash her Desperate. Not that it would matter. She just has 5 more swords than 32. 33 as a max. Yeah. I mean, little suboptimal play here. I mean, not too much to worry about. I guess, you know what? I mean, Maham might even just, retreat a troop to pick up sub-destroying messages just to see if she can draw into an endgame. Not that I don't think she qualifies for any endgames, but yeah, I think that's what's going to be happening. Maham's going to be retreating a troop to pick up sub-destroying messages for. No, I mean, do it. It's like the other people who are in the combat have no intrigues. There's no point in not doing it. You see 2 more intrigues, right? And like. The other 2 have that's the max amount of points that they're going to be on. You're at least on 12. At least on 13. One point from the combat and 2 endgames. You're at least on 13. And there's no way the other 2 can, even come match you. So I mean, retreating for the self-destroying message is obviously not bad, but I guess in terms of like, you know, the tournament, maybe spice matters. So I guess that's a reason why you shouldn't play that card. But yep, here is gonna be 13 points for yellow, second place for LSR, and third for green, and then fourth for Staban. It's really interesting. Staban has been noted to be one of like the best leaders in Bloodlines, but in the games that I've been playing against him, I don't play Staban, but in the games that I've been playing against him, he doesn't fare too well. But yeah, that's it. We will see you next time.